Good evening. Bully Chef here with WTF Racing. Gonna run a little time trial at Kansas right now. I'm gonna run multiple lines of grooves, trying to get ready for our league race, which is this week here at Kansas in the NASCAR Cup cars. So I generally don't make any changes at first. I'll do this a couple times. I generally like to do my practices as I'm working and learning the track and time trials. Because why not, get your practice in while get the opportunity to improve your safety rating. Um, Full time trials only about 28 minutes, so it gives you time to make multiple runs, multiple different grooves, compare tires, and things of that nature. As you can see, my best lap showing here is the 29.908. That is with an open or a made setup. This is currently a fixed setup I'm running here for our league that we'll be running. Um, our race league also has its own YouTube channel at WTF Racing E Team. Feel free to check us out. We have practice races and some other things up there. You can check out. Anyways, like I said, I'm trying to get good times, long term tire longevity, trying to get good tire wear, so I'm not over pushing the car. I'm lifting a little bit in the turns, trying not to burn those tires out. And I'll make 20 lap run or so, and then I'll pit and do the same thing. Just run maybe a little bit different line. A little higher on the track so I can compare my tire wear and how far my fall off may be. One of the things I do when I do my time trials I'm listening for the tires on the asphalt. If I have a higher screeching sound or tire squealing noise, I generally try and let off, like I said, because that will definitely give you indication that you're overdriving the car and getting too much tire wear.
.082.
Like I said, making sure to lift a little bit as I'm getting in the turns, trying not to overdrive and wear out tires. This track does get slick and tire fall off is pretty substantial.
30.948.
Like I said, I like to do these time trials for practice by myself because, while I'm doing the practice, I'm doing something productive. I'm helping my safety rating, which is always good. Protect your license class, things of that nature.
.047.
Like I said there, I got a little bit loose. What I did there is I just got in the turn and rolled the gas a little too much hot for where my tires are. Like I said, my goal is not to try and run my fastest lap. I'll do that with what's remaining after my second 20. I'll try and run some hard laps and see what sort of times I can put in. But for now, I try and keep it kind of easy. Try to run what I would run at a nice solid race pace to try and save my equipment and last as long as I can. You can see I'm 7 laps in. Now when you're in the time trial, it actually will work out your average time for you every 10 laps. It's one of the reasons I like to do this. No math involved. I get a general idea what the difference is between the two lines I'm running. The key is when I'm running the lines, I just try and stay consistent through each line. As much as possible. The consistency is really important. Like I said, I'm not trying to overdrive the car. I really am trying to save the tires. I could probably run a bit faster, but like I said, when your race pace is a lot different than the qualifying pace. So, you know, the key is to get in here and just run as many clean, good laps as you can. And, you know, just find the better groove and the best groove for you. Now you'll actually see me run the lap 21 on this first run. The reason I'll do that is because the first lap that's counted really isn't up to speed. So I like to go ahead and let the car come out of the pits, get on up to speed, and do what we got to do that direction. Like I said, notice I'm trying to keep this lower to middle line. Right now for this, trying to wear tires. Like I said, I got a little loose there again.
.628.
Now when you're coming out of the turns, in my opinion, especially up 3 and 4, don't roll into that gas too heavy too quickly, because you know you could easily spin yourself out, especially when your tires start getting some wear to them. Key is just be consistent through it. You know, feather it the way you need to in order to hold it, so you get good drive. I like to get up on the wall on this track and really, you know, use that wall to try and pick up a little extra draft. And I'll get down in here, like I said, trying to run that low to mid line. Next one, we'll try and run that mid to high line. See how that works out. Like I said, we're a little over halfway through. Still running pretty good times. Fastest time so far has been a 30.9. Best lap average was my first 10 at a 31.2. So we'll see. And then now we'll get a good idea of what the fall off is like. And like I said, I am definitely pushing it. Well, I wouldn't say pushing it, but I'm definitely trying to conserve tires. But I'm pretty sure this pace will be faster than what I'll probably run race pace. Just because you know there's be more traffic out there, and I think that'll also help contribute to saving tires. I did some practice a little earlier. I noticed the high side of the line through the turns seems to get a little bit looser. I mean, you can run up there, but I seem to find it to be a little bit on the loose side. But you know, we'll go ahead and try and run some laps up there here in a little bit and see what we can do. See if we can make anything happen there. So, like I said, we're just going to keep banging along. I think one of my league mates and teammate, JK in FLA, for the beautiful WTF racing paint scheme that he's made for me. Like I said, WTF, we are a racing league. We are like a competitive developmental league, so our goal is to help everybody improve and get better, from our fastest drivers to our slowest drivers, through, you know, competitive cooperation. So if you have any questions about that, like I said, you can reach me on my Instagram for our team, which is WTFRacing.eTeam, or you can reach us on Discord. You can reach me at BullyChef710, or look up WTF Racing on the iRacing league search, and shoot us an application. You can also check out our YouTube channel for WTF Racing on YouTube at WTF Racing eTeam. So we're 17 in. I'm starting to feel a little bit of difference in the tires. Times are dropping down to the 32-second range. So the goal is to run more laps, you know, on this next line, It would be the hope to run more laps, you know, in the 31s or lower rather than the 32s.
32.295.
You know, just to see how, if that line, you know, has a little bit longer tire wear, and I can keep my tires under me and keep a little more grip and keep the car driving good off the turns, you know. I always like to run up against the wall. I feel the place to really make a lot of your moves here are definitely going to be passing in the turns. It's a good wide surface, so you got room to go. So definitely practice running multiple grooves. I don't go on the apron a whole lot myself, although it does pick up a little time. But I know those tire wears when you go on the aprons like that, it usually tends to increase. And a lot of times in these races, it's really about protecting your equipment. It's really about protecting your equipment in order to, you know, outlast the race, you know.
$32.993.
That was a fairly decent exit considering. So I'm going to run this lap. Now generally I'm not going to pit right now on this because I like to maximize as much time as possible. So I'm just going to try and get myself stopped as quickly as possible without spinning out or hitting the wall to keep my X count down low. Then I'm just going to reset straight back to pit road for a fresh set of tires. I am going to adjust my view because I do not care for where I was sitting. But now we're cooking with oil. And then I will scroll to my tire wear area and check my tire wear. So my goal is to get my tire wear better than it was on that first 20 laps. So I went 91, 91, and 94 in the right front, 88, 78, and 90 on the right rear. Lefts are 95, 95, 99 on the left front, left rear, excuse me, 97, 97, 100. So the wear is definitely more on the right side. Car was a little bit looser there in that run, and I definitely wore that rear tire out more than anything. So this run we're going to try and run a little bit higher, say mid to high line, and see what we can do. See if we can improve our times, our 10 lap average, and our tire wear. Like I said, this is definitely a momentum racetrack, so keeping momentum on the track definitely helps. It also helps when you do this, you kind of get an idea of what you want to try and run as your target goal mark for your laps. How fast you want to run, what times you want to run. That would be my suggestion. Just kind of practice trying to stay in that realm, where you get that good balance of speed, but don't be over your tires. Definitely when you get in the race, don't be afraid to be patient. Give up a little room early for somebody who's really hard charging, because chances are they're going to wear out their equipment, and in a long race, you're going to chase them down anyways. These races only give you one set of tires, so, be smart.
$31.241.
I got through that turn pretty good there. Like I said, just trying to run the pace. It's not going to chew up too many tires and give me good longevity through a long run. Be nice. We're worried about running fast lap times after this 20 lap set and see where we are on our tire wear.
1.109.
Got a little loose there, but luckily I picked it up pretty good. Didn't lose a whole lot of time. A lot of times when you get a little loose too, you got to notice, right? You don't need to really brake a lot of times, just lift the gas and your car pretty much right itself. Just don't overdrive is the key.
31.417.
I dipped a little bit low. I'm used to running that other line. But we'll see how it goes.
One point 406. One point 523. One point 641. One point 519.
Now in the race, I think you're going to be more honestly in the high 31s, low 32s at a starting race pace. You know, maybe low 31s, you know, but that would be like your overall race pace, I would say, you know, through the course of a run. This track, like you said, you can get spread out really easy, so losing leaders is definitely something that's wouldn't be hard to do. That's why it's important you get a lot of laps in and you really practice running multiple grooves, multiple lines, multiple places to do your thing. You know, definitely will help. These cars are definitely loose with a lot of power, so you really got to watch how you work and feather that gas, you know. To keep the car out from underneath you. So a little over halfway to our point, still running some pretty solid times. You know, like I said up top, you can kind of keep your motor run a little bit. You know, a little bit differently. Now the super tops are really hard to run. Like I said, we'll try to show that here in a little bit and see how that goes. But let's get through this set. Like I said, we'll see.
025.
Off them on a little bit more. Like I said, tires wear, car gets slow. It gets a little harder to hold in a higher groove. It gets a little bit harder for sure to hold in a higher groove. Sorry if I'm mumbling. This is, like I said, my first little YouTube deal. Trying to run out of time trying to do this with you guys. So please forgive me while I do this. And I go through my learning curves. If you do like what you see, please throw a like and a subscribe on there. That'd be great. And I hope to see any of you watch some of these videos later on down the road. Like I said, notice here we got 8 minutes and 43 seconds left in this time trial. I'll tell you right down there in the little tracker. Like I said, trying to keep it a little higher. Let's see, like I said, if I can save my tires. Because really saving your equipment, lifting up the gas a little bit, especially in the draft, is going to make a difference, you know, especially if it goes over a long run.
31.852.
Now my main series of concentration for myself is I do mainly the NASCAR Cup Series. I fix mainly. Sometimes I'll dabble in the the NASCAR race. What is it? The IRC. But for the most part, I run this, some league races with WTF Racing, and then I'll do some fixed races here and there. And then the other series I like to try and keep regular. Don't run quite as much, but I do run it every week. Would be the Xfinity series. So you'll see some videos on here from that time to time. I'm trying to put all sorts of videos up here, and give me something to do, give you something to do, and we'll see how it goes. Like I said, we're 36 laps in, getting close to the end of this run before we'll switch out for tires and try and really put down some laps. Like I said, that 29.908 is my best. I won't do it on an open setup anywhere near that, but I think I can get them to hopefully the low 30s would be great. With 30.2, 30.1, somewhere in there. Right now, my best lap's lap 4, and I ran a 30.948, so I think we can do a little bit better than that. The goal is to try and keep the tires going so I can keep as much speed around the track as I can. Just the later part of the run.
31.998.
And you can move up and down the track to kind of gain time with other people. It's one thing I noticed, you definitely got a lot of multi-groove racing, which is definitely can make for a lot of good passes. Like I said, I think most of your passes definitely going to have to be done in the corners. You might catch a few guys on the straightaways here and there, but that's not really where you're going to gain your time. Being patient, not overdriving, not being too aggressive would definitely pay off at the end of one of these races.
32.279.
The car definitely feels better. I don't feel near as loose as I was with that first run, running lower. But, we still got 2 more laps to go after this here, so we'll see. It still feels pretty good. Still carrying some pretty decent speed around the track. Not trying to overdrive, not trying to let it slide too much. Sometimes you got to kind of work with it and dirt track it. I think I did a little too much of that the last run. That's why that right rear was so worn.
137. .17.
Okay, so there we go. That got me to 41. Use a few laps to play with, try and make something happen a little faster. Let's go back to the garage. We'll click over the tires. So definitely much better wear that time on the tires, except for the right front, a little bit less. But the right rear tire wear was definitely better on that particular run. Alright, so now we're going to go after. We're going to look at a good lap to warm it up. We're going to try and stay high, carry some momentum. Then we're going to try and throw down some fast times. The goal is definitely to do this to kind of push myself in the car. But not crash the car, obviously. So here we go. I'm going to try and stay a little bit higher right now so I'm keeping the gas a little bit longer. Get the tires warmed up. We're going to use this first lap and a half to really just kind of warm the tires up, and then we'll start getting after it. Let's see, we might use the apron, see if we can pick up some time that way.
.127.
Alright, let's try and bang out a lap now. Gonna try and run as fast as we can.
31.159.
That's the only one I do this through 1 and 2. I can hold it pretty well pinned out throughout all of 1 and 2. Sometimes I gotta lift a little bit because I got a little tight there. Tires weren't quite warmed up enough. But we should still be able to drive it back in here pretty deep into 3 and 4 and see what we can do. Do gotta lift a little bit more in this turn, it seems like. And the X is definitely really, really loose. I think 1 and 2, the entrance is a little looser. But we shall see. What can we do?
30.878.
Like I said, right now this is with just the bone stock settings, and once we're done here, and we exit out and we're done, we'll hop in there and give you a look at what they look like, and you know, go from there, I guess. So we got into a 30.9 to 30.8 is where I was. Oh, damn, definitely off pace. Remember, as fast laps as we can. Bang.
.895.
Looks like I said, I think I'm overdriving the car through there.
.978.
Definitely wearing the tires out there pretty quickly. By running that line as aggressively as I am.
.31.211.
You 7 minutes in, all I did there is just lift. Lost some momentum, but I did not lose the car. For 50 laps, not bad progress. Got to pull around the pit road. See where we are from there. See if we can get a new tire reading. I don't think we'll be able to, but we'll give it a try. Don't think we'll be able to, but we shall give it a try. So there you have it. We ran pretty solid, pretty good laps. Didn't quite get down as low on time as I want. Pace was a little off, a little loose. Maybe need to make some adjustments for the next run. You know, next time try to what's or whatnot. Anyways, I'd like to say thank y'all for checking in. Checking me out, checking the video out. Yeah, I hope you liked what you saw. If you did, like I said, there'll be more to come. I definitely be posting a Kansas race up here before too long this week. But outside of that, just keep me if you enjoyed what I like, you know, hit subscribe and a like, and have a good evening. Like I said, we're going to jump in real quick, look at the settings for the garage, and go from there. So in the garage settings, I definitely left at this match stock settings. Generally, the only changes I really make is I'll either at +2, 1 or 2 here to the offset, and then I'll either decrease or increase the brake bias depending on the track. I'm not sure what I'll do next time. Probably go +1 on the brake and probably half a bit on the brake rise. Tighten it up a little bit, see if we can get a little bit smoother run. But like I said, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like, and thank you.